Hey, hi traders, welcome back to this new video. So in our last video, we discussed about the market structure, right? So in this video, we are going to discuss about this market ranging markets, okay? So if you look at any time frame, you will see that when price moves strongly in one direction, it makes a strong impulsive move, right? Followed by the small corrective moves. Means this is an impulse move and this is a small correction move, right? Which are pointing against the direction of where the price is clearly going, right? And this type of movement generates higher highs and higher lows in case of an uptrend, and lower lows and lower highs in the case of downtrend, right? So a ranging market is one that is not behaving like this actually. So a sideways market is characterized by the fact that the price is not making new highs and lows anymore. Instead, it begins to make swing high and swing lows horizontally. So let me show you what is that swing high and swing low. So here is a picture. So what we discussed, a ranging market is one that is not behaving, not forming an higher highs and higher lows and lower highs and lower lows, right? So a sideways market is characterized by the fact that price is not moving new highs, okay, or either new lows, okay. Instead, it begin to make swing high and swing low, okay. So you can see here, this is the resistance and this is the support. So the market price is in between the range, in between this level and this level. So this type of market called ranging market, because in this period of time buyers and sellers don't know what to do, so they keep selling from the resistance and they keep buying from the support, and the market enters in a indecision phase. So when a ranging market is formed, traders change their way of trading. So instead of following the trend and identifying the beginning of impulsive move and some retracement moves, they use the three simple important strategies. And these are the three important strategies in the ranging market. The first one is the false breakout strategy, second one is the breakout strategy, and third one is the pullback strategy. Let us see the first one, the false breakout strategy. This strategy consists of trading the false breakout of the support or resistance, and the reason behind this strategy is that buyers and sellers know that there are a lot of traders who are ready to enter after the breakout. So they just make a false breakout to trap the breakout traders and then go in opposite direction, okay. So let's point the false breakouts here. So this is a false breakout here, okay, and this is a false breakout here. All right, because the sellers know that the breakout traders will wait for the breakout, and once you see a candle body here, the breakout traders think like it's already given the breakout and the market will go to the uptrend. But what happens, it gives a false breakout here. Then the sellers comes into the picture and they will short the market, okay. The similar way, the buyers will wait for the breakout here, and it will give, the sellers will give, the buyers will give the sellers will give the false breakout here. Then suddenly the market will move in the opposite direction. This is normally it happens for in the beginning of a trading actually. So we'll think, so once we enter the trading, suddenly the market will reverse, will go in the exactly opposite direction. Means if you take a buy trade, the market will go in the sell trade from that particular point of time, right? So this is common for every beginner trader, okay. The reason is this one, there is a trap at every resistance and the support. And don't try to use this strategy, because I want only to show you how a ranging market works, so you can have an idea. So our next strategy is a breakout strategy, and this strategy consists of placing an order in the direction of the breakout, okay. So when the range market is broken, it is an indication that buyers or sellers are no more in an indecision phase, and they decided to drive the market up or sometimes for down also, okay. So if you see the example here, after the breakout of the resistance level, the market went strongly upside, right? Because buyers decided to go up after a long time of hesitation, okay. And the next strategy is this pullback strategy. This pullback strategy is used by mostly conservative traders who wait for the markets to retest the resistance breakout to give them a second chance to enter in the direction of the breakout. Means when market is in this range, right, in this range, for example, I'm just giving, and you suddenly got a breakout here, okay, and we got a breakout here. The pullback strategy is nothing but you have to wait for the retest. So this is a retest. So once you got a breakout, wait for the retest to test this resistance. Okay, so once this breakout of resistance is broke out, this will become as a support. Okay, all right. So initially it was a resistance, and once a resistance is break out, then it will become a support. So wait for the pullback and wait for the market to retest the breakout. So this is my favorite strategy. Whenever I see a breakout, mostly based on some candlesticks patterns, I will take the breakout trading, or else I will wait for the retest. What is the advantage of this retest is, for example, if you have entered the market in at this level, let's say at this level, so you have taken the buy order here, the advantage is your risk reward will be very small. Means at least 1 second. So you can give the stop loss below this trend, not very near like this, just give some space for the market, and you can give the some stop loss here or a little bit lower. Okay, so the main advantage is you will get a good risk reward. And again, don't try to use these strategies because I didn't talk about them in detail. I just want to give you an idea about the range markets and how they work normally. Okay, so when you are in the front of ranging markets, you should know that prices will move horizontally between the support and resistance. Okay, yeah, support and resistance, and after the breakout of the range, the market goes directly in the direction of the breakout, or sometimes it pull back to give another chance to the traders to enter the trend market. And our next concept is choppy markets, and choppy markets are those which have no clear direction, such as sideways markets, but are a really churned up mess with making traders lose their money frequently. So this is where our previous profits can quickly wiped out, and it's deeply frustrating and demoralizing experience for the novice traders. So these kind of markets can turn the novice traders' dreams into a nightmares if you don't know about them and if you don't ignore them. So as you can see in the chart here, the market is crazy, right? It is moving up and down, creating a mess in the market. We are not able to identify the clear support and resistances here. Okay, yeah, clear support and resistance levels in the chart, right? So because nobody knows what the market is doing and what market is, and in this case the best trading decision to make is to stay away from the market. As you can see another example here, it is difficult to trade in this market because support and resistance are not clear. If you try to trade in these conditions, definitely you will blow up your entire trading account. So what I say is, knowing when to trade and when not to trade is important for you if you want to become a consistently profitable trader, right? And this is the reason why I started with the basics, especially with the market structure, because if you apply the supply and demand strategies in the wrong market conditions, you will not get the results that we need. Okay. And before you move to study or to watch our next supply and demand trading videos, you should make sure that you can able to differentiate between the trending markets, range markets, and these choppy markets. Okay, so please take your time to understand these structures and practice well, and then you can move on to study the setups, supply and demand trading methods.